I know, I'm sorry,
at
guys.
At least Luke is
Fucking
good
hell.
natured.
Yeah, thanks, Luke.
You know
at least
what I
you're not
mean?
like, fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah,
Not
fuck
doing
you,
this anymore.
Unprofessional idiot.
I thought this podcast was a professional podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I hope nobody thinks that
Everybody
by
gets one,
watching it.
and then I go full film school Brad on your ass.
That's right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Why Would You Show Me This? I'm Dani.
I am Will.
And today we have our guest,
And
Luke.
I'm Luke.
Oh, yeah, Luke. What episode is this?
24.
There we go, 24. I would never remember that. I'm sorry.
Doing a great job.
I know! I'm doing the best job. I'm taking the reins this time. Our movie has been picked by Luke, and the movie is Charade. And I'm going to ask the questions since you messed up the first recording.
I did. So, just to throw this out to everybody, I think we recorded like 5-10 minutes, and I just forgot to push record on the microphone. So, yeah, I suck.
Yeah. So, even though he's answered this question already, Luke, where did you first see this film?
So I'm a film school brat, which probably explains a lot about me. And I had a great professor in college. His name's Michael Johnston. He's a filmmaker. But he was really down on whatever selection he picked out for us. I think we had a couple of rough movies that we watched. One of them might have been Dogtooth. I don't remember. This was a few years ago.
God.
Damn.
But, yeah, he was down on whatever the selection was supposed to be. So he's like, I can tell you guys could probably use a fun movie. Pick this one out, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just because I'm a 60s cinema guy. I love everything about that era of filmmaking for some reason, and I love mystery. You know, grew up a Scooby-Doo fan, loved the Mrs. Marple movies. Miss Marple, my bad. Loved those style of movies, so good mystery thriller stuck with me.
Yep,
Awesome.
I can see how it would.
I know, right?
For sure.
Did you? And obviously we both liked it.
Yeah, we both liked the film. You want to do the synopsis?
Sure.
Since I did it originally, Dani can do it now.
Yeah, I can do it now. What's been called the best Alfred Hitchcock film, which he didn't direct, a man is thrown off a train, and when police locate his wife, it turns out she knew nothing about him, not even his real name. After her are 4 men who insist she's in possession of a huge amount of money, which they believe to be theirs. If she doesn't give it to them, she'll be killed.
So what you mentioned before, Luke, is that Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn are basically just themselves in the movie, which it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It works.
Yeah.
It does work.
Yeah, for sure. I think this might be the only Audrey Hepburn movie I've seen.
Really?
Truthfully.
Oh.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, like, I know movies that she's been in, of course, but
you haven't seen
I
them.
haven't seen them. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So this is my first introduction, really, to her.
Gotcha.
But I think she did well. I really enjoyed, like, I thought she had something to do with everything. Like, she really made me think that she was a part of...
Like, you thought she knew more than
yes,
she was letting on.
Definitely. With some of the lines that she has, too, it just feels like, with her and Walter Matthau, when they keep doing the, one of them says spy, one of them says agent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like...
It says agent, yes, yes.
And I'm just like, why does she keep doing that? But then I guess we figure out it's not her that is part of the of everything going on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers for a 60-year-old
for
movie.
A nearly 60-year-old movie.
I was gonna ask, who is your favorite, like, performance-wise in this, though?
Performance-wise, I would have to either say George Kennedy or Walter Matthau. Actually, no. Performance-wise, whoever played the inspector, I wish we would have gotten more of him.
Right?
He was fantastic.
He was great.
I nearly fell out of my bed. The scene where Sylvie is commenting on, well, at least he knows how to behave at a funeral, and it's him looking all dour, and then you get the close-up of him clipping his nails and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is just Tuesday for him. He's been to 100 widows' funerals that have probably murdered their husbands, you know.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's great.
The part that got me for him is when she's asking him not to smoke, and
he keeps going.
I think it's the second time that he picks it up, and she gives him the look, and he's just like puts it down really angrily,
slams it down.
Yeah, it was so good.
It's like, I'm French, let me smoke.
Yeah. Was he dubbed by someone else? It seemed like he was dubbed by someone else.
I don't think so.
No, okay.
No, he's a French actor.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I think the one that might have been dubbed was Jean-Louis, because there's no way they found some French kid that speaks English that well.
Right.
That's especially in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
I liked, is it Scobie?
Scobie. That's the guy in the trench coat with the hook hand.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yes, that's George Kennedy.
George Kennedy.
Yeah,
there we go.
Who seems to have the worst luck in movies. I think I was discussing that with our buddy Laz way back. But, you know, he loses his hand before the film takes place. He drowns in this. What's that movie where he gets bit by the cat zombie? Naked Gun, he gets beat up. Where he's like, oh, I'm John Q. Law. Just John Q. Citizen now. I'm going to kick your ass. And then he gets beat up.
Oh, no.
But yeah, he seems to have the worst luck in movies, George Kennedy's characters. Fun fact, I ended up looking this up. When he drowned, Cary Grant kind of played a shitty prank on him where he had everyone leave the set while he was holding his breath.
Oh, shit.
That's awful.
Cary Grant's like, let's kill him.
Yeah.
Let's
see how long we can get him to do this.
Yeah.
He's a scary individual.
He's very intimidating
he's so
in the movie.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like Danny and I were watching it, and then like when the hook hand comes out, we're like, oh shit, he's got a hook hand.
Like, oh, he's got a hook hand.
It's very unexpected.
It is.
I didn't expect that part of it at all.
And for some reason, some of the hook hand is just way more intimidating.
Yeah, like opens up like.
That hook hand was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Even like when he's like holding the gun, like I almost never would have switched hands. Like I'd be more afraid of somebody holding a gun with a hook than I would be.
I know, it's like, dude, you're really confident if you're gonna hold the gun in that hand.
Well, I'm not familiar with him as an actor, so I actually said to Will, I was like, maybe he really has a prosthetic, and was like, no, he doesn't.
There's a scene where I feel like you can tell that there's a length difference. Yeah. But I didn't know his name, but I knew his face. I was like, oh, I know that guy. Mm-hmm. He's been in movies I've seen.
He's one of like the classic Hollywood character actors. He's mostly known from the Naked Gun movies, where he's the police captain.
Yeah.
But yeah,
those are another movies that I've know about, and I think I've seen bits and pieces like when I was younger, but it's never been something that I've revisited. Yeah. Though I do love Leslie Nielsen.
Will is too busy watching, Bergman and.
I don't know. I just
all the
there's
others.
Like I people give me shit because I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that, but it's like there's so many fucking movies out there.
I know, but you're too busy watching foreign films.
Well, yeah, I've gravitated towards foreign films for whatever reason.
For sure.
Once I got a little older. And then when I was younger, I just watched shit. I didn't get into non-mainstream things.
I think we all did.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think any kid out there is like, yeah, I love fucking French New Wave, like some 7-year-old.
Although
you never know. You know.
I guess that's true.
it's weird that you like Criterion,
Yeah.
but you also like Trauma, which couldn't be any more opposite ends of the spectrum. Although to you, they're almost one and the fucking same.
Yeah.
The duality of man.
Yeah, Luke, don't you think that if you love film, you should appreciate all facets of film?
Definitely I try to.
That's the best answer
Unless you're
ever.
talking about like recent blockbusters, then you could probably waterboard me before, you know.
I'm
You've probably seen one of my 1,000 Zack Snyder rants. So.
yes, yeah.
Wait, do you hate Zack Snyder? Wait, no, I'm just asking. I don't care. I'm just wondering. I haven't seen him.
You don't have to hate him to not like his
Strongly
work.
dislike. Strongly,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So you did not.
Strongly dislike his work. He seems like a fucking guy.
You didn't like Army of the Dead.
I didn't see that one yet, so I can't comment on it.
We asked
It didn't look like something I would.
No, we asked my stepdad yesterday about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that," and he said, "I enjoyed it." He said, "But it was wonderfully shit." Is what he
Wonderfully shit, yes.
Which I think describes.
I can see the appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dumb fun.
Dumb fun, that's what I thought it was.
But no,
But
I
I
understand it. But
When
Yeah.
I say...
Why I like this movie?
Yes.
Charade.
Yeah.
We're busy talking about all these other movies.
I
We're
know,
here
I'm
for
sorry.
Charade.
I know, I'm sorry.
We're here for Charade.
I know, it's just I like picking Luke's brain
Yes,
about
yes.
this stuff.
But
Yes. Yes.
on this current rewatch, was there something that a detail that you picked out that you didn't pick out before, like story-wise?
Story-wise, not really, because I've seen the film a bunch.
Mhm.
But I will say the character introductions really did it. I noticed something new there.
Mhm.
For example, Tex. Before you even get his name, I don't know if you noticed this. The flower that he takes out is a Texas rose, a yellow Texas rose.
Did not know that.
No.
No.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite scenes though, is
The introduction of everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Once-
scene's fantastic.
when everybody's coming in. And it's so funny
Yeah,
because
yeah.
as they're all coming in and doing their different things, I literally turned to Will and I went, maybe he was a spy.
Yeah.
That's literally what I said. So maybe he's a spy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the mirror thing was
Yeah.
my absolute favorite. Was holding up the mirror to see if he's like breathing or not. Oh my god. Well, that and the pin.
The pin.
Sticking him
Oh,
with the
the
pin
pin.
was so good.
Yeah, the pin. Yeah, yeah.
It's so
I-
fun.
It's fantastic.
The one thing that I didn't quite get was the character with the sneezing. I don't get what that's supposed to. What if that was just a character trait in general? If that was supposed to represent something, I wasn't quite sure.
I couldn't tell you either. I think it's just they ran out of stuff. Tex is a cowboy, you know.
This guy sneezes.
He has allergies.
Gobi's ruthless, and then he just has allergies. He just had a bad time in spring in Paris. You know, all that pollen out there on the Champs-Elysees.
My theory is
Gonna
that
get so much hate from French people for mispronouncing Champs-Elysees, but damn it,
Luke,
as long as we have French viewers, I guess.
it's fine. I mispronounce stuff in the English language every fucking episode.
all the time.
So it's okay.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I don't remember now.
Oh Lord.
It's okay.
Danny lost her train of thought.
Yeah, I did. It's okay. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
The movie kept me guessing though, because I definitely wasn't sure who to trust, obviously, because that's the whole plot and stuff like that. But even like at the very end, I'm still like, I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You still don't know what's real and what's not. So
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah. Definitely getting into the ending, you know, where the shot, again, spoilers, it's all the different, you know,
Yeah.
moments where he tells Audrey Hepburn his character's name. There's like 5 or 6 of them throughout the film.
Mhm.
And they're all more generic than the last.
Yeah. My favorite one was Crookshank.
Yeah,
Because I was like, you're gonna like trust
Yeah,
someone named
yeah.
Crookshank? What the hell?
Yeah.
I liked I also liked how easily swayed she was by things.
Oh,
or
Lord.
distracted by, by him saying loving things, and she was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. So that was also very funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which is interesting because I felt like that was kind of counterintuitive to her character a little bit. Like, she seemed like a very smart woman.
She married someone she didn't even know. I mean,
that's true. I guess that is true.
And truthfully, the introduction to her character isn't necessarily the best. She's kind of seen, in my opinion, at least in her introduction, she's seen as kind of shrewd in a way. I mean, she kind of loses that and loosens up as the movie goes on, but at first she's very shrewd.
She's very standoffish.
And very standoffish. And she, loses that, which is nice.
Which I was going to say, kind of does make a little sense with her character because she's kind of over her marriage. So she's,
True.
Probably also had to deal with, little kid squirting her in the face with the squirt gun and the French Alps. So I think I'd be pretty standoffish too.
Yeah, that's what I said about the kid. I was like, dude, it's cold. Like, why are you squirting people with a squirt gun? What the hell?
Although I have to say, when he brought the kid back, the introduction of Cary Grant's character bringing the kid back and saying, he squirted, Baron Rothschild, and I wanted to say, if he did that, he wouldn't have been brought back. You would have never saw that kid again. That's the truth. But But yeah, I thought the mention of that name was kind of interesting too, where it was just like, oh. That gives you pause because you're like, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? But
that was before everybody knew all the Rothschild bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely was a thing where I was like, oh, that's a cool little like Easter egg if you were to call it one. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it's just that was a place for like rich people. So obviously there was like a rich kid. But
there.
Of all names to choose to write in, you picked that one, and like I said, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like I know that's what everybody's thinking right now, but I'm not. I know that name. That's all. Anyway, moving on.
The movie was a lot funnier than I thought. I expected.
Yeah. The tone of it is so fun, which I don't think either of us expected.
No, I expected. It's a mystery movie, so I expected that. But not many mystery movies are this funny and have two characters. I think they had really great chemistry together with the bickering that they do throughout the whole film, basically.
Yeah.
There's a scene I think that you like in particular where I think they're coming up in the elevator, and she's just like, oh, get away from me. But you want to come inside?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where she's like, where they're bickering in the elevator, but she's like, but why don't you come inside for a little bit? Like, and you're just like, what is with her?
Yeah.
It's
very, she flips how she feels really quickly.
Yeah. Although she's been through a lot. So I kind of understand.
Her husband's dead.
I feel like I kind of understand. Yeah, she's got 3 men after her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot for her. I mean, and also coming, that scene where she comes into her apartment, I shouldn't say apartment, but her home, and everything is gone. I was just like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, if you walked into that, that would be insane. So, and then, when she's going through all the rooms, the only thing I could think of
is... And then you have a police inspector,
Yeah.
Just roaming the rooms, and it's just like, I need to talk to you, and it's just like, I'm sorry, why are you here? She doesn't like, and I love that she doesn't even ask, and it's funny because as they're walking away, I said out loud, I'm like, can you tell me where all my shit is? I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So the one thing that like really brought me into the movie, and it's something that I really miss, and I'm sure that you do too, is the wonderful, wonderful title sequence.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it sets the tone.
Yeah.
For the movie.
Yes.
It's they don't do that anymore, and it's.
And I love Henry Mancini. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music is really great, and that theme, the title track, it just I think it's used a few times in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah, overall, it's used.
Yes, and I love the little like musical stings, like when he's the inspector's going through all the different passports.
Oh,
and
I know.
The little chime and stuff.
There's another.
It's
another
well
point.
edited. It's go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. There was I was
Let Luke speak.
I'm sorry. There was another my favorite musical sting, I think, is I can't remember what she was told exactly, but her eyes widen, and when her eyes go wide, there's a musical sting as soon as she does that, which I love. And I can't remember what exactly she was told. I mean, she gets told a lot of things that she reacts to. So, but yeah, there's a particular moment where she does that, and I like that because that reminds me of Hitchcock a lot, those moments, especially when they focus in on her eyes, which they do a number of different times, which I love.
Yes. The lighting is another fantastic thing about the movie. Especially with the introduction of Cary Grant when she is in the apartment and she is basically a silhouette. And then the light comes on her, and then when Cary Grant opens the door, he's just a silhouette as well. I really enjoyed that juxtaposition between those
Which
two.
was also a weird moment because it was like, we just, like, because I even said to Will, I said, didn't they just meet? Like, how the hell does he know where she's at? Like, you know, he just shows up, you know, so that should have been a clue in of itself of like, how does he know where she is? You know, so that was interesting. You know, if a guy that I just met, like, was in my place right after all that shit happened, I'd be like, I'm sorry, like, I just met you, why are you here?
You're really placing yourself in her shoes.
Yeah.
Well, I
definitely.
have a huge love for Audrey Hepburn specifically, because not because of, I mean, she's a great actress, but but she was just such a good person in her life as well, and that's something that I really, really liked about her, is that she gave, you know, as much as she got, I feel like she gave back, and that's what she wanted to do. You know, she wanted to act, and she wanted to make people happy. She was just, like I said, she was just everything good, I think I said yesterday. So I was very much looking forward to watching a film with her in it specifically because, you know, I enjoy watching her in just about anything. I can't remember what film it is, and I feel bad, but I was just talking to Will about it, where she dances. She's a beatnik, and she wears like all black, and she does this insane like interpretive dance.
Funny Face.
That's
which was also directed by Stanley Donen, who directed this film.
Oh wow!
This was actually his second film with her. So.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's a film that I want to show to Will because I mean the whole movie's great. But that one scene is just, you know, as a dancer, it resonated with me because I'm like, she's so good. Like, is there anything she can't do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
that's
you're fine.
That's my little rant about Audrey Hepburn.
You and Luke are the Hepburn. You know about her, so go ahead and speak.
No, I think I told you. You know, she's going to do a lot of charities, and she's worked with a lot of stuff like that. But the fact that Will read about her that he was very shocked by was how many packs of cigarettes did she smoke?
Oh yeah, it said she smoked 3 packs a day. From 59
like 3 packs of cigarettes a day,
until she died. Like, that's a lot.
Well, and then you were surprised that she died so early on in her life too.
Yeah, because she was 63, I think it said. I feel like that's young.
Oh, in her early 60s.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of. But when he told me that fact, I was like, well, I guess.
You saw the scene of her ripping off the filters.
Yeah, and
cigarettes,
I commented on that.
Do you think that that's like a personal thing that she just threw in?
Yes. I do. Sorry. So,
probably, yeah. Especially with it's like sipping coffee through a veil.
It's right. Oh my god.
Such a good line.
When did you experience that?
Yeah, right? Like, did you get married and just keep it down?
It's so descriptive though, because you can understand what she's trying to say. You know what I mean? So you can't get the taste, and I love that. And me, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, so I have no idea what it's even like. Will has.
Yeah.
So I mean, but as soon as I saw her rip that off and throw it aside, I literally turned to Will and I went, "Did she just rip the filter off?" I was like, "She is hardcore. Like that's hardcore right there." But
it's those little moments that I think really there's lots of little moments in this movie for all the different characters that really add to it, and it adds a sense of I guess like realism. Just these little things that have nothing really to do with the story. It's just for the character. And it's really great. I really enjoyed it.
I kind of understood the shower scene where Cary Grant showers with his suit on.
I was gonna ask Luke how he felt about
but
that scene.
I wasn't sure what to make of it.
Drip dry.
Exactly. Like I loved that, but at the same time, he does admit in the end that he's married, correct?
No.
Oh.
No. He like, she gets a little worried because he says something, but it's like his mom. He shows a picture
that's
of
right.
his
That's
mom.
right. Okay. So it was me. Just
Yeah,
remembering
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that moment a lot because it definitely is like, oh no, you know. So.
And I like that because it was a constant callback.
Mm-hmm.
It was a constant callback from when she introduced herself to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they kept it throughout the movie with each character introduction, and I love this film, and it has so many great subversions from the very beginning to the very end.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to almost compare it to contemporary movies, but I think the closest thing we've gotten in recent years is Knives Out, which I'm lukewarm on, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay.
You like
I think
that?
Ryan Johnson needs a script editor, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah. No, I like Knives Out. That's the thing, is that we don't really have a lot of good whodunits.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Is there not that many scriptwriters not up to the task anymore?
Apparently not. I think it's just too difficult for them.
I think the vast majority of them are just being made into television shows like Law and Order and NCIS and CSI, and that's sort of become the medium in recent years for whodunits is TV.
Yeah,
which makes sense because you can do a new episode, new mystery, and you know, whereas a film, it's a lot more expensive, a lot more elaborate, so
yeah,
it's kind of always been seen as a cheap, pulpy genre anyway, so TV seems to have become the place for it.
Yeah.
Which we can also blame Hitchcock for, because he started Alfred Hitchcock mysteries, so...
Yep. Blame Hitchcock. That's a new...
Blame Hitchcock.
That's a shirt design. Somebody make it.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen a TV show, though, that has given me that, moment that movies do, though. There's been movies where I'm like, oh, shit!
Yeah.
The realization just blows my mind, but I can't think of a television show that's done that as good as the films that have done it. For me, at least.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was definitely thrown at the end. The only time I realized that it was that Walter Matthau's character actually isn't who he says he is and stuff is the moment.
It's a great moment.
Is the moment that she calls, and then the other guy, the actual Bartholomew, is like, what's going on? And at that point I was like, oh my god! I'm like, why didn't I suspect that? I shouldn't have trusted anybody. You know what I mean? Which is so great.
No,
I suspected nothing.
Yeah.
What?
And that's what made me actually yell out this time. Like, oh, that's a tell, was when she calls him up the first time and he in bed by himself, because he makes it a point of showing her the picture of his kids and stuff. So, typically speaking, when the government, assigns people to foreign embassies and stuff, they will make accommodations for that person's family unless it's a short-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was there for a presumably long amount of time, he would have his family, his wife, his kids there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And just him being in a hotel room by himself, that was kind of the biggest tell for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, sorry, spoilers for a nearly 6-year-old movie.
They know what they're getting into.
You should definitely watch the movie anyway.
Oh yeah,
it's a great movie. If you haven't seen
watch the movie. It's a great movie. Even I think it's even a good movie, even if the end is spoiled for you, just because the performances are great and it is suspenseful. The scenes, even if you know what's going on, the rooftop fight is great.
The rooftop fight's great.
One of the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely, and again, bring it back into contemporary stuff. You can even see a lot of L.A. Noire. Every time I watch this, I think of L.A. Noire. The
Mm-hmm.
rooftop fight, the little musical stings, like when you're investigating stuff in that game.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any other films that are by the same writer? I think there was like 2 writers on this, I think I saw.
This ended up getting him like a deal with Universal, like a 5-picture deal. I know of his next film. I haven't seen it yet. It's called Mirage.
Okay.
Very, you know, he liked his one-word titles. You know?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing because Charade is adapted off of his own screenplay. So he made like a screenplay, turned it into a novel because no one was buying it, and I guess like his agent was like, "Hey, you have to turn this into a novel to drum up interest." So he turned it into a serialized novel, and then he sold it to Stanley Donen, who had only done musicals up to this point. Like he did a lot of work with Fred Astaire,
Nice.
which is where Funny Face came in, and I guess that's how he got Hepburn on. And another funny note about this film is Cary Grant was originally envisioned for the lead opposite Audrey Hepburn in Roman Holiday.
Oh wow, okay.
Which, if you watch that, you watch this back, you can kind of see like a lot of the lines feel like they would be better delivered and were envisioned for Cary Grant, but back then, I guess because Audrey Hepburn wasn't really anybody, he was like, "I'm too old to be starring opposite to her." And then after this film came out, he's like, "I never want to do another film without her," which unfortunately never came about, you know.
Yeah.
But
in this film, he seemed too old for, truthfully. I mean,
yeah, which they bring up several times.
Yeah,
you know, where he's like, "Oh, I can be arrested for bringing up a minor above the 3rd floor."
Oh yeah, I love that.
And then there's another great line with Audrey Hepburn where they're talking about kissing, and she's like, "Oh, did they have that back in your day?" Like, "Yeah, how do you think you got here?"
Yeah. I do remember when she's just like, "I'm not a kid. Like, why do you keep talking?"
Yeah, she's like, "Stop
treating me like a child.
Stop being my dad."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta
go. Would have been another great subversion. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Go ahead.
I feel like this. It's a great movie because not many movies, like this, where you really suspect everyone until the end, basically. Like, until, like, the last, 10, 15 minutes?
Just about. I mean, even in the last minutes, you don't even know who this dude is.
That's true, yeah, he's
no
still,
idea who he is.
I love that he's trying to get her to be like, "You don't want to steal the money? You sure you don't want to steal the money?" Like,
and then, of course, as soon as he mentions, getting married, she's just like, "Oh," and she forgets everything that had just happened.
Yeah. "You've just lied to me for 2 days straight. Yeah, I'll marry you."
Yeah. I don't know who you are, but I'll marry you. Although she had done it before, so it's not too
worked out well the last time.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love. Oh, speaking of that, the morgue went in the beginning of the movie. Like, to me, they just look like big old filing cabinets. Like, it really didn't look like a place where they would stick dead bodies. I was like, that's a fucking filing cabinet. Like, what?
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what it is.
How many morgues have you been in?
I mean, I've never been in a morgue.
And that's my point. I have. You haven't.
I know morgues from TV and movies, and they don't look like that.
Old morgues did look like that.
I'm sure they did.
They did have that because, it kept things in.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad design necessarily. Although I did have to admit, as they were like pulling him out of that drawer, so to speak, I'm like, getting the body out of that weird little reservoir in the bottom right there would kind of be a pain in the ass. Which obviously, they've changed, because now they're just on flat surfaces so you can transport them. Anyway, we won't get into, all my morbid
Welcome to the
stuff.
Morgue podcast.
I'm sorry. I know a lot about that stuff. I'm sorry.
Morgue talk with Dani.
There you go. That's your spin-off.
Oh, no. No, there's already too many people doing that kind of stuff.
That's very true. That's very
and
true.
I'm not even like certified to like speak on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was. I've definitely looked into it, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Charade.
Back to Charade. But I was kind of disappointed though that we didn't get to see like we see Charles's face in the beginning when he gets thrown, but the thing is I didn't pay, like, it's not that I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't register to me until after the fact that that's who he was, and then you don't see his face after that, and I was kind of curious because I'm like, I really want to know more of like how he looks like, although you get to see his face in the passport photos, but it's like a glimpse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just how I am about people in films. I'm like, I want to see their face.
Yeah, I almost think that was by design.
It probably was.
Because they want you to almost side with Audrey's character, Regina.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't know who her husband was. Mm-hmm. You don't know either.
Exactly.
So you're just as entrapped in this mystery as she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I also feel, because even part of me, even after the funeral, I was like, he could come back. Like, he might come back, and I don't know. I just had again with the movie, like, where you don't know what the hell is going on.
It's true. Yeah.
So that was open to me. Mm-hmm. I was like, maybe he faked his death. I think at one point, with the puppet show. The scene with the puppet show,
which I knew about and you didn't.
No, I didn't know those puppets. Did you know those puppets, Luke? Did you know what they were?
I knew of Punch and Judy.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is I said immediately as soon as I saw them, I said, oh, it's Punch and Judy. And Will went, who are they? And I went, they're a famous puppet duo. How the hell do you not know about them? Like, because in my mind, I'm like, everybody knows Punch and Judy.
Yeah.
So, Will has no idea who they are. And so that was his first introduction to them. And I told him before you really got to see them, I was like, there's a lot of domestic violence that goes on between the two of them. So, and that's exactly what we saw.
Judy killing Punch.
Yeah. I remember as a kid how I first got introduced to them was there's an episode of Our Real Monsters where one of the dudes thinks like Punch and Judy in particular is a real character and falls in love with her and then doesn't understand that she's a puppet. But
it's very sad. It's kind of sad if you watch that episode. I remember that episode very clearly because truthfully I can't remember where I first learned about Punch and Judy because it's been in so many things. I can't remember the first introduction I had, but I do remember that episode because All Real Monsters is one of my absolute favorites. So
yeah. I was just gonna say that during the puppet show, she's talking about the show, and she says, she just killed Punch, or Judy just killed Punch, but then the Cary Grant's like, but he's alive, he's there again, and they're like, oh shit, that's gonna be a thing. The husband's gonna come back into it.
Because she even says he's pretending to be dead. To be dead to teach her a lesson. Yeah, is what she says.
So another red herring that got me. I just like the movie keeps you guessing. It's just I was super impressed by the script. I thought it was just wonderfully written.
I was just gonna say, I completely believed that Walter Matthau was like part of the CIA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't question it, which is stupid because usually I question everybody.
Yeah.
But like before you learn about Cary Grant being involved in it, I said as much as well. I went, he's in on it. Like he's a part of this. Like there's no way that he's just like some stranger who's like, yeah, let me help you. Because I was just, because the tip off is him showing up at her apartment or her house or whatever, and I'm just like, how the hell did he know where she was? And that's when I was like, he knows what's going on and he's part of it. So yeah,
he's like a triple agent.
He really is. In the movie. Like it's strange, but it's fun.
Fuck.
I know, trying to remember everything.
See,
that's why you gotta take notes.
Yeah, Luke, you actually took notes, right?
It is a lot, yeah. I did take notes. They're kind of incoherent, which is to be expected from me, but,
Do you have a favorite moment from the film that just, like, gets better and better the more that you watch it?
I don't think so. I think I just enjoy the movie as an experience,
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's very hard for me to select, one moment in particular that I really, really like connect with or, stands out in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I will say I love the shot because going back to the morgue, I love the shot where it closes in on the I don't know what to call it, on the morgue door or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it goes back into a police inspector's desk. I think that's fantastic.
It's great.
It is.
I just kind of realized this watching this, like you can't make, like, we see all these like retro films where they go back and they try to make the 60s, like make a setting look like it's the 1960s, and it always looks too pristine for me. And this was obviously shot on location in Paris. It looks lived in, and you can't replicate that. It's like the 60s and I think 80s New York are kind of like two kind of settings that you can't replicate no matter what. You can't replicate the griminess that,
No.
70s, 80s New York had. You can't replicate sort of, I don't want to say sterileness, but kind of just, I guess that's kind of a way to describe a lot of 60s architecture. It was very sterile, but because it was holdovers from the early 1900s, but you can't replicate that. So I think if I had to going back now to the standout moment, it's kind of that. It's kind of that realization of you can't replicate the past. So yeah.
Unfortunately,
nostalgia is bullshit. End of rant.
Nostalgia is bullshit. That's another shirt idea. There you go. Blame Hitchcock. Nostalgia is bullshit.
Yes. Blame Hitchcock. Nostalgia is bullshit. That can be the best.
Yes.
It won't go together, but you know what?
Fuck it, it works.
What else goes together?
Somehow it works.
We get it.
That is the thing that is very sad though, is that like every time we all watch The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah.
And last week they did Maniac Cop, which is shot in actually it wasn't shot in New York, it was shot in LA.
That's right.
But just that it's like those movies are lost to time. Like the movies from the 60s, movies from the 80s, just or in like Paris and in New York, they're just lost to time, and we just kind of have to deal with it. Like nobody's gonna make a great the greatest kind of throwback movie that I think I've seen that really I was like, this was shot in the 80s. Like it was House of the Devil.
House of the Devil.
Have you seen that one, Luke?
No, I'm gonna write that one down right now. As a matter of fact.
No, you should, because I would love to know what Luke thinks of that film. Because I was tricked into thinking, because I hadn't seen it and Will showed it to me. And I actually asked him, I said, when was this shot? And then he told me, and I went, you're full of shit. And he went, no, that's when it's shot. And I went, this looks like it's from the 1980s. Yeah. It's insane how well it's done.
Yeah.
And that's that would probably be the best example I could think of something that's supposed to look like that isn't from that time, but it actually does look like that it is.
I feel like even like I'm pretty sure it was shot on film. So even like the film that they use and everything, they really did an amazing job.
Well, it's just a good movie. Like the premise of the movie is simple, but the way that it's executed is amazing.
Yes.
Like it's definitely one of those movies that we don't hear talked about that much, but it's one of those best movies where it needed to look like this time period, and it does.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It just does it completely well.
Yeah. Ty West.
Yeah.
One of my favorite directors.
Nice.
The one thing that was his name Jack Coburn? Who was played Tex? Mm-hmm. Is that his name, Coburn, or is it Corburn? Something like that.
Something.
James?
I believe so.
Yeah. It was just funny.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry,
okay.
You got hair.
It was just funny to see these actors, like, our generation, these actors, we're used to them being older.
Yeah.
So if we don't go back to these movies, we don't see them when they were younger. Mm-hmm. So it was interesting to see him younger. Walter Matthau as well, because I grew up with grumpy old men.
Yes.
So that's how I know Walter
Grumpy
Matthau.
old man, yes.
Yeah. So it was really cool to see them.
I know him from Dennis the Menace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Dennis the Menace. I think at one point Danny
I said, "Fuck you, Mr. Wilson."
Yeah. But that's another awesome thing about this movie for sure. A very small awesome thing compared to all the other awesome things. But just for people of our generation, for sure. So is there anything else either of you would like to say about the film?
It's good. I like it. Watch the movie.
Official rating.
Yeah. You don't even not even a number rating.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
I'm glad I could bring it to you guys. I'm glad we could discuss it. It had as many twists and turns as the movie. Good luck in editing.
Thank you, Luke. So I guess we'll all give our ratings. Yeah. So Luke, what is your current rating for this whatever number view of the movie it is for you?
I will go 8.5.
Okay. I agree. I'm gonna go the same. It's very, very good.
Same. Yep.
8. Unanimous.
8 all across the board.
So Luke, do you got anything going on? Anything you want to promote or anything?
Yeah, anything you want to plug?
Your social media?
You can follow me at Twitter at LukeP17, I believe it is, or Luke Perez 17. Whatever my Twitter handle is, I just use the app. I don't know. I'd say just stay tuned because I'm thinking of doing more writing about film. So whenever I'm not feeling lazy and decide to put up a Squarespace website or whatever to house all of that, and hopefully my writings will be more coherent in this discussion. But
yeah,
I had a good time.
Me too. This is all fly by the seat of our pants shit. So we can all when we're sitting there and actually put thought into writing, it's not going to be exactly like this.
No.
But I look forward to it, Luke. I mean, you're super knowledgeable about film, so I would love to see what you write about.
Whenever you guys want to have me back.
Oh yeah, definitely. See, this is the thing. What I want to do is that we've had a few guests now. Luke is our 4th guest.
I believe you.
So I would like to reverse it and then have you guys back on and show you guys a movie that we pick.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, even better.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, sweet. Luke, thank you so much for coming on and bringing this awesome movie for us to watch.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And we will see you guys either on the live stream at Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, or we will see you Mondays at noon.
Well, it's 8 p.m. Oh, it's 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes,
Sorry.
I said it right.
I know. We live on different time. That's all. Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching and listening. We will see you next time. Bye.